Hi folks, it's Adriel, the Hunting Gear Guy. I want to talk to you about straight pull ARs. Now, we don't, strictly speaking, have straight pull ARs here in Canada, at least not to my knowledge. The guys who had ARs in the before times, when they weren't prohibited, they were just restricted. There was no sense. You could have a short, long, the barrel length didn't matter, they're already restricted, so we didn't have straight pull. And as long as it's an AR upper or lower or compatible, it's an AR variant here in Canada. Restricted and now prohibited. So there wasn't any sense to doing that. But when the ARs got banned, all of a sudden we had all these parts, nice parts on some of our rifles that we couldn't use. There are some rifles that we are putting them on now. Some of them went on to like an AR 180 variant that we have. I've done videos on that. Some of them have gone on things like this, the Raven that I've got over my shoulder. But what if you had a short barrel? You can't put a short barrel on a semi-automatic rifle, or it makes it restricted, which I did here anyways because I wanted a short barrel. But what if you want a non-restricted rifle with a short barrel? Well, if you went manually actuated, then barrel length doesn't really matter, and then only overall length, and only really if you're building a rifle that's got like a collapsing or folding stock or something like that. At which point, the length doesn't really matter. What I mean by that is the SS211, that kind of thing. Like you could get very short firearms. That's a 23-inch shotgun, so very short overall length. But if you want to get something that has a collapsing stock, you got to do 26 inches. And you can build something like this. This is my Spectre Ballistics LPC, Light Practical Carbine. And it is non-restricted, even as short as this, because it is manually operated. It's a straight pull AR, but it's not an AR. The upper and lower are not AR compatible, and they have to be not compatible if you want them to be compliant. So for me, what I wanted to do with this rifle is make a silly firearm that technically I can hunt deer with. It's 300 blackout, so here in Alberta, you can't hunt with 223. You can't hunt big game with 223. You need to use something 24 caliber and above, so 243 and up kind of a thing. 300 blackout will do it, and I have some ammo that will do it as well. There's some 300 blackout ammo, 110 grain bullets, close range only, really. And again, kind of a bit of a meme gun at this point. But I had a lot of the parts. This is from my AR. That's from my AR. That was a cheap one that I got off AliExpress. Same with all these blinged out parts on here. Some people have mentioned I need to paint them. Maybe I'll paint the whole damn thing just so it matches. But there's kind of, right now on the Canadian market, there's two different ones you can get. There's the Maple Ridge Armory Renegade, that's the 223 model, and they also have a Maverick, and that's their 308 sized one. Similar to this, except theirs, when you pull it back, you just let go of the charging handle and the recoil spring drives it forward. Still not gas operated, still manually actuated, so it's still... you can run a shorter barrel if you want to, and it will still be non-restricted. Again, you are aiming for overall length as your limiter on this one. So because I've got a collapsing stock on this one, 26 inches. And with a 10.5 inch barrel and kind of a big stock, I've got 26 inches in overall length on this thing, so it's good to go. You need to be able to build your rifle in such a way that it won't be shorter than that. So I'm not going to give any legal advice, but that's what you'd have to do is just watch what barrel length and that kind of thing. If you went with like a 12-inch barrel, you're going to be pretty safe with most stocks with that. Otherwise, if you go with a 10.5, you might have to go with like a chunkier barrel, or sorry, chunkier stock. If you go with like a 10.5 inch barrel on it. This one I'm like bang on, so I'm running a threaded muzzle protector on here. That's it, because again, I might use this. I might use it for deer. I probably won't. I'm going with a real weird, eclectic... usually I just use like a practical bolt-action hunting rifle. This year I'm going to be using a 6.5 50 by 55 Swede, like a M96 Mauser. And this for close range. The other one will be like far range because it's quite a heavy rifle. This is going to be my light little... It's 5.5 pounds. This is 5.5 pounds. And most of it's in the buttstock here, so nice and lightweight. I have a QD push button there and there, so it'll just fit nicely across my chest and be good to go that way. So long story short, yes, we do have straight pull ARs that aren't ARs in Canada. They're not compatible, the upper and lower, but you still get a straight pull action that you can apply a lot of AR parts to it and go from there. Just a couple of quick comments. Okay, so your lower parts are pretty much all the same there. The barrel, you're going to need like something to close off that gas hole on there. So I have a purpose-made bit on there, but you could also use, you could take a gas block and put it backwards over top of the gas hole, and that would, or gas port if you prefer, just to make sure that doesn't spray out every time. Yeah, you'll need to seal that up. Everything else on here though is, I don't know, similar stuff as an AR. It's just straight pull. So easy to use. You can use the mags. Mine's in 300 blackout, uses the same mags. That's why I chose to go with it. But you could go with like a fancier one if you want to, and hunt with a very compact, light little hunting rifle. Thanks for watching.